Until 1775, Buggiano Castello has been the center of the town hall and of the Podesteria, residence of the Podestà. It's a real open-air treasure and still maintains its medieval aspects. In its enchanting square situated up on the hill, you can see the Palazzo Pretorio of the 2nd century, with the facade enriched by the coats of arms of the various podestà which succeeded over the centuries. Inside, it preserved 15th century frescoes. Some halls contain the historical file of the town. In the most important hall, the representatives of the people gathered. The ancient undergrounds were surely served as a jail. On the Palazzo Pretorio, you can admire the church of San Nicolao. Erected in 1038 for the will of da Buggiano and together submitted to the attached abbey to a community of Benedictine monks, the church lived different constructive phases. The original building, with a unique nave and Latin cross, was probably reconstructed in the 12th century after the destructions in the year 1128, when the castle was assaulted and set on fire by the army of Lucca. The church was enlarged with the addition of the right nave. The left nave is dated back to the 14th century. It has 3 great arcades, supported by octagonal pillars with Gothic capitals, and is partly covered by cross vaults and reduced curves. Other changes are dated from 1460 up to the end of 500s. The abbey has a beautiful cloister attributed to Andrea Cavalcanti, said de Buggiano, adoptive child of the Brunelleschi. The artistic patrimony is very rich, thanks to its 16th century paintings of Giovanni Brina and the school of both Andrea del Castagno and Bicci di Lorenzo. And beautiful sculptures, among which a terracotta of Sansovino's school. Particularly important are some Romanesque sculpture elements, referable to a theme of the plastic decoration that in the century 12th and 13th made use in Tuscany of the marmoreal geometric and symbolic inlay motifs. For example, we can admire the baptismal source and the ambone of the church. It deals with the rest of a precious Presbyterian furniture reused in 1596, The experts dated these rests to the variegated production of the Comancini by skilled workers of the Guidi family, in use between the end of the 12th century and the beginning of the 13th century. Among the many small examples of sacred art visible at the parishes of the Valdinievole Valley, the Opera Museum of Buggiano is one of the richest and most interesting examples. Opened in 1960, it exposes fabric, liturgical goldsmith and sacred furniture, all coming from the adjoining Romanesque parish of the Madonna della Salute and San Nicolao. In the high part of the castle, there are important rests of the fortress. To complete the monumental patrimony, there remain two doors, rest of the towers, the ex-convent of Santa Scholastica, the oratory of San Martino, and the Villa Sermollis of the 18th century. The castle of Buggiano is countersigned by a particularity that makes it more interesting. In the Middle Ages, for comprehensible reason of survival, every residence owned a small garden that constitute a real resource for the family. Today, those gardens, survived over the centuries, have been turned into splendid gardens of which every inhabitant is proud of, and they also offer an original attraction for tourists. The particular climate favors the open-air cultivation of rare plants. There are beautiful cactus, many varieties of palms, luxury and bungaville, but above all, the castle of Buggiano offers a triumph of citrus fruit. In every garden and streets there are beautiful exemplars of plants of orange and lemon trees. Thanks for the contribution of the cultural association Buggiano Castello, the town has been named Il Borgo degli Agrumi, the suburb of the citrus fruit. Among the most important and imposing gardens emerges that of Villa Sermolli.